Hello everybody and welcome to TradeStation's Market Review. My name's Simon Clarke from Trade with Precision and I'll be discussing some of the key markets of interest right now. Now the first market I want to take a look at is the mini Dow future. Last week we looked at this and looking at a sort of particular key level here around the sort of 16,000 area to the short side. Now not a lot has changed since last week. The monthly chart and the weekly chart here are still in nice strong downtrends, still looking nicely bearish. The same here on the daily chart. If anything, from last week what's happened is the market has sort of come up last week and it sort of retested the sort of high of this sideways consolidation. So we've got a area up here around sort of 16,600. The level that we were looking at sort of last week, somewhere around here, just down these lows, just underneath the 16,000 level, and sort of two levels of or consolidation highs and lows of where the market's sort of trending at this moment in time. Still, these higher time frames are in strong downtrends, and if we come down to the 240 chart here, we take a look here, we can mark this level in at the top here, so around sort of 16,600. we can see it's the high of the consolidation, sort of around the 16,000 or just underneath the 16,000 now, just sort of down here, sort of the low of this sort of consolidation. So for me, I'm looking more for intraday trading opportunities in between these levels. Once the market sort of breaks through these levels decisively, that's where I'll start to look for maybe longer term moves. If anything, if the market does break above this 16,600 level and we do get a bit of a further pullback to the long, then we might want to see just in our minds where the next sort of support and resistance structure is in this market. Now we've got plenty of historical levels up here in the past, but the next one that we can see is up here around sort of 17,200 that I can see here on the chart. So, a distance between 16,600, 17,200, quite a distance in price. I wouldn't be at all surprised if the market does break above this level and we get some bullish momentum, then potentially we could start to look for a move up here towards 17,200. Of course, my preference is to the short side, just to tie in with those higher time frame trends, which are of course bearish at this moment. Now the other market of interest which I'm keeping an eye on here is crude oil. Now if we take a look at crude oil, we can see here that crude has been in a nice strong downtrend. Of course, here on the monthly chart looking extremely nice. Here on the weekly chart, again looking extremely nice. And the market came down, it was overextended once it sort of made the lows, but now it's pulled back into the moving averages. We've got nice bearish candle there last week, and so far this week we started to get a sort of bearish price action. So a break below the low of this bearish candle would look rather nice, sort of confirming that maybe the market has topped out here on this leg of the pullback, and maybe looking for a continuation of the trend, which is again quite a reasonable move on these charts. So coming down to the daily chart, this is what I like about this on the daily chart. If we see what's happened, we've had lovely sell-off, we've had the pullback which we've seen there on the weekly chart. We've then had consistent lower highs as the market's now just sort of compressing down to this sort of lower level here. It's around sort of 43.50, 43.20, 43.40, that sort of area where these lows have been tested a few times. So we've got a level and lower highs as price is now starting to compress down onto it in the context of a downtrend. So if we come again down to the 4-hour chart, we'll be able to see this in a little bit more detail. So if I mark that in here, we can see that these lows here, so it's what, 43.30. We can see test here, we've had a test back here, we've had a number of tests through here as support and resistance. So this level has been acting as support and resistance for some time. Again, we've got consistent lower highs in the context of the trend, and of course those higher time frame trends are in downtrends. So again, I'm keeping an eye on this level. If we can get a break below this level, I'm looking for trading opportunities in the direction of these higher time frame trends and looking for the lows to be tested. So that's a reasonable move down here towards sort of 38, and I'll be sort of looking at managing trades and managing positions in the direction of those trends. When we take a look at currencies this week, there's seems to be quite a bit going on with a lot of the euro markets, and if we take a look at euro AUD, for example, these markets, lovely strong uptrend here on these higher time frames on the monthly, weekly and daily, and we've had a sort of on the daily chart a bit of a sideways consolidation up here towards the sort of 1.62 area. We can see sideways consolidation with higher lows compressing into it, and even coming down to the 240 chart, again we can start to see how significant here sort of 162 is. So again, euro AUD, looking at keeping an eye on those sort of levels, but probably one of the charts that I like the look of the most here is euro CAD, certainly in the euros. Again, very similar in the fact that we've had euro strength on the monthly and the weekly and the daily chart, but here on the daily, if I open this up, we can see we've just sort of broken through a key level of 1.5. So this 1.5 level, if I sort of just scroll back through here, we can see that 1.5 has been sort of quite significant in the past on this market, with many tests of support and resistance. So it's quite a significant level. It's also a big round number. Market sort of pulled back to 1.46, found support. Now it's pushed up. It's just sort of breaking through 1.5. So I like the idea. I like this sort of area to be broken, retested, and possibly looking for opportunities in the context of the trend, which is to continue up. And if we come down here to the 240 chart, we can start to see that at this moment in time we've got a nice uptrend formed here on the 240 chart too. So just looking for opportunities above 1.5 for the trend to continue long. Okay, so let me just tell you about the next event that we're running here at TradeStation International. If we come across to the TradeStation International website, come along to the webinars tab here, you can see the next event that we have running is here on the 23rd of September. It's day trading the index futures. Now this is a 1-hour event. It's completely free of charge to join this webinar, and what we'll be looking at is practical techniques and strategies to day trade the index futures markets here on the TradeStation platform. So if you'd like to join this event, all you need to do is to come along to the TradeStation International website, fill in your details here, and you'll get a link in order to be able to register to join the event. So I hope you found it useful, and look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye for now.